For those brave enough to dive deep, the ocean reveals wonders beyond imagination. Yet some discoveries are so unusual and extraordinary that they leave the world stunned. From mysterious artifacts to strange marine creatures, join us as we uncover the strangest underwater discoveries from around the world. Number 16. Enigma Machine. When a team of German divers set out to scan the Baltic Sea for abandoned fishing nets, they never expected to shock the entire internet with their astonishing discovery. Instead of a tangle of nets, they pulled up a piece of World War II history, the legendary Enigma machine used by Nazi Germany to encode secret military communications. The device, discovered near the Bay of Gelting, was rusted and covered in algae, but surprisingly intact after spending over 7 decades underwater. This Enigma machine, with its 3 rotors, likely came from a German warship, as U-boats usually carried the more complex 4-rotor versions. The Enigma machine, famous for its use in transmitting encrypted messages, was a vital tool for the German forces during the war. However, thanks to the efforts of Polish mathematicians and British codebreaker Alan Turing, the Allies eventually cracked the Enigma code, which helped shorten the war by several years. The divers, who were working for the World Wildlife Foundation to remove ghost nets from the sea, could hardly believe their find. Now, this incredible artifact will be carefully restored and put on display at a local archaeology museum in Germany. Number 15. Sperm whales sleeping vertically. Have you ever wondered how sperm whales, the ocean's largest toothed predators, manage to sleep in the vast deep sea? What's fascinating is that, unlike most marine animals, sperm whales sleep in a completely vertical position with their heads pointed toward the surface. This unique behavior, first documented in 2008, has intrigued scientists and led to some surprising discoveries about their sleeping habits. While most whales rest horizontally near the surface, sperm whales do things differently. They enter a deep rest, floating vertically for short periods, usually about 10 to 15 minutes at a time. But why this peculiar position? It turns out that sleeping vertically makes it easier for these whales to control their buoyancy. In this posture, they can effortlessly maintain their depth with minimal energy, conserving their strength for deep dives. Even more intriguing is their ability to sleep with one half of their brain still alert, an adaptation known as unihemispheric slow-wave sleep. This allows them to stay vigilant against threats while still resting. By keeping one eye open and half their brain active, they can also regulate their breathing, surfacing smoothly to take in air without fully waking up. This efficient sleeping pattern may explain why sperm whales can thrive despite spending only about 7% of their day asleep. Vertical sleeping helps them conserve energy, remain safe, and ensure they're always ready to dive into the deep waters where they hunt. Number 14. Shipwreck with champagne bottles. Just imagine discovering a 19th century shipwreck filled with bottles of vintage champagne at the bottom of the Baltic Sea. That's exactly what happened when Polish divers, led by Marek Kowalski and Paweł Terzinski, unearthed a well-preserved sailing vessel nearly 200 feet below the surface. What appeared at first to be a typical wreck turned into an astonishing find. About 100 bottles of champagne, porcelain items, and even mineral water were found intact. These champagne bottles, believed to have been destined for the Russian Tsar or royal families in Stockholm, may still hold their luxurious contents. What's fascinating is that the depth, darkness, and stable temperature have created perfect conditions for preserving the goods. The brand of the champagne remains uncertain, but one cork revealed the letter R, possibly pointing to an exclusive label produced for the Russian Tsar. Interestingly, during that time, the mineral water discovered, branded Selters, was considered to have medicinal properties. Experts in champagne and mineral water are already eager to analyze the contents of these bottles to determine if they're still drinkable. But Swedish authorities hold the final say on further exploration. As team leader Tomasz Stakura remarked, finding a wreck with so much cargo is extremely rare. The bottles have been shielded from currents, making this find even more remarkable. Will this champagne still have its fizz after more than a century? We might find out soon, as divers and experts are itching to learn more about this extraordinary sunken treasure. Number 13. Oldest submerged city on the seafloor. Near Croatia's coast lies a remarkable piece of history, an ancient submerged city over 7,000 years old known as Solen. This site was once part of the thriving Var culture. The people built the city on an artificial landmass. However, as sea levels rose after the Ice Age, the city was gradually swallowed by the Adriatic Sea, leaving it hidden beneath the waves. Recent discoveries have astonished researchers. Using advanced 3D seismic mapping, scientists uncovered a beautifully preserved landscape, complete with ancient rivers and clues around Solen. These underwater features offer a glimpse into a time when the city was connected to the mainland by a Stone Age road, now buried 13 feet below the surface. The Var people's way of life is slowly being revealed. So far, artifacts such as stone tools and remnants of sacrifices have been found, shedding light on their Neolithic existence. But what excites archaeologists most is the pristine condition of this submerged world, thanks to the protective islands around Croatia's Dalmatian archipelago. This find is a key to understanding how ancient civilizations dealt with rising sea levels, a challenge that resonates today. As researchers continue to map the seafloor, they hope to uncover more settlements and human artifacts, offering new insights into the VAR culture's resilience. Number 12. Minivan-sized creature in Hawaii. Scientists have found something that will surely shock your imagination. A sea creature the size of a minivan. During an expedition into the depths of the Pacific, researchers with the Honu Moana expedition discovered an enormous sea sponge at an astonishing depth of 7,000 feet, resting on the ocean floor. This discovery, made within the Papahanaumokuakea Marine National Monument, has captured the attention of marine biologists around the world. While sponges are not usually considered awe-inspiring creatures, the size of this one is truly exceptional. Measuring over 11.5 feet long and 6.56 feet high, it dwarfs previous sponge discoveries. Until now, the largest known sponge, found in 1887, was part of a colony off Western Canada, but it pales in comparison to this newly discovered giant. But how did it grow so large? According to NOAA scientist Daniel Wagner, the stability and pristine conditions of the deep-sea environment may have allowed this sponge to flourish, potentially for centuries. In fact, some species of sponges can live for thousands of years, and this one may be no exception. However, scientists are still working to determine its exact age and species, as it could very well be a previously unknown species. The minivan-sized sponge is a perfect example of the hidden marvels waiting to be discovered in the mysterious depths of our oceans. Now it's time for today's topic. Off the coast of Gansby, South Africa, a team of divers conducting a routine shark observation dive captured footage that has left marine experts baffled. In the emerald green waters, a massive great white shark appeared, scarred with deep, jagged bite marks running along its flank. The injuries were not typical of boat strikes or entanglement. They were clearly inflicted by another enormous predator. The divers, working with Ocean Research Institute under marine biologist Dr. Ian McCarthy, estimated the shark to be nearly 20 feet in length. What shocked them was the size and spacing of the bite wounds, suggesting that whatever attacked the shark was either equally massive or even larger. Some scientists speculate that territorial disputes between giant great whites could explain the injuries, while others entertain the possibility of an even more elusive predator lurking in deeper waters. The footage, released last week, has already sparked heated debates within the marine biology community. While experts remain cautious, comparisons have been made to fossil records of megalodon behavior, where evidence shows prehistoric sharks frequently fought each other. For now, the wounded shark continues to roam the waters, a living reminder that the ocean hides violent battles few humans ever witness. And the lingering question remains, what could leave such devastating marks on an apex predator? Number 11. Sea pen. Have you ever heard of a sea pen? Recently, an extraordinary discovery in the depths of the Pacific Ocean shocked the entire internet. For the first time, a solumbellulous sea pen was spotted in this ocean, a species previously only known in the Atlantic and Indian Oceans. During a deep-sea exploration at almost 10,000 feet near Johnston Atoll, a team of researchers made the thrilling find, encountering this fascinating animal on an underwater mountain that had never been surveyed before. Solumbellula manilis, the species discovered, is the only known member of its genus. With its towering 6.5-foot stalk and a single large feeding polyp adorned with barbed tentacle structures, the sea pen captivated the team. This strange and beautiful creature uses its stinging feeding tentacles to capture drifting food particles, known as marine snow, as it anchors itself in the sediment on the ocean floor. The sighting is not only significant because it's the first time the sea pen has been seen in the Pacific, but it also opens up exciting possibilities for marine biologists. Could this be the same species expanding its range, or could it be a new, undiscovered species specific to the Pacific? Ongoing analysis of footage and samples will help scientists answer these questions. 2 individual sea pens were discovered during the dive, confirming the existence of a population in the protected waters of the Johnston Unit within the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument. Number 10. Roman Party City. Let's start with a surprising discovery from the depths of Baiae, an ancient Roman city that once served as a luxurious escape for the elite, now submerged beneath the waters of southern Italy. Archaeologists recently uncovered a stunning multicolored marble floor buried under the sea, revealing yet another piece of this once decadent pleasure hub. Known as the Las Vegas of ancient Rome, Baiae was a place where emperors like Julius Caesar, Nero, and Hadrian built grand villas, indulging in extravagant lifestyles. The newly discovered floor, crafted in the intricate opus sectile style, features large pieces of marble, pearl, and glass cut and inlaid to create elegant patterns. This masterpiece likely adorned the reception room of a luxurious villa. Just imagine the kind of gatherings that must have taken place there. Baiae was also notorious for its indulgence, with even Roman philosophers like Seneca condemning it as a harbor of vice. However, Baiae's vibrant history now lies under the waters of the Gulf of Pozzuoli, submerged by centuries of volcanic activity. Today, the underwater archaeological park is a treasure trove of Roman ruins, filled with statues, mosaics, and remnants of its opulent past. With each new find like this spectacular floor, the story of Baiae continues to unfold, offering us a glimpse into the excesses and splendor that once defined this sunken paradise. Number 9. Titan Sub-Wreckage. Do you remember last year's tragedy that shocked the world? The wreckage of OceanGate's Titan submersible, lost during a dive to the Titanic, has finally been discovered on the ocean floor. New footage released during a public hearing reveals haunting images of the sub's tail cone, scattered debris, and twisted wires resting at the bottom of the Atlantic. The Titan's catastrophic implosion, which occurred just 2 hours into its descent, claimed the lives of 5 people, including Stockton Rush, the CEO of OceanGate, and renowned British explorer Hamish Harding. Their final dive was intended to explore one of the most famous wrecks in history, the Titanic, but instead, the sub became part of the ocean's dark mysteries. But what went wrong? Investigators are still examining the cause of the implosion, with intense scrutiny now placed on OceanGate's past safety concerns. The company had faced legal battles, and whistleblower David Lockridge, a former director of marine operations, warned of safety issues as early as 2018. He testified that this disaster could have been prevented if his concerns had been taken seriously. However, the footage offers no answers, only fragments of a lost vessel scattered across the seabed. The moment of discovery reminds us just how unforgiving the depths of the ocean can be. For those captivated by the mystery of underwater exploration, the Titan wreckage is another reminder that even advanced technology can succumb to the crushing pressure of the ocean floor. Number 8. World's oldest intact shipwreck. Let's now travel to the Black Sea, where an astonishing discovery has stunned the world of archaeology. The world's oldest intact shipwreck has been found resting on the ocean floor 1.25 miles beneath the surface. Discovered by an Anglo-Bulgarian team in 2017, this 2,400-year-old Greek trading vessel has remained perfectly preserved since 400 BC, offering a rare glimpse into the past. The ship, which measures 75 feet long, was found off the Bulgarian coast. What's remarkable is that its rudder, rowing benches, and even the contents of its hold remain untouched, frozen in time. But how could organic material survive for thousands of years? The answer lies in the Black Sea's unique conditions. At such depths, the water lacks oxygen, preventing the typical decay that would have destroyed most ancient wrecks. This incredible find is part of the Black Sea Maritime Archaeology Project, which used advanced mapping technology to survey over 2,000 square kilometers of the seabed. Along with this Greek vessel, 65 other shipwrecks were discovered, including a 17th-century Cossack raiding fleet and Roman trading ships still holding their mast. The discovery of a perfectly preserved ship from the classical world was previously thought impossible and provides invaluable historical insights. For now, the wreck remains on the ocean floor, awaiting further exploration. Number 7. Underwater circles. If you saw these mysterious circles on the ocean floor, you would surely think that it was the work of aliens. However, this aquatic phenomenon has a much more down-to-earth explanation. Discovered off the coast of southern Japan, these intricate geometric shapes on the seabed puzzled divers for years. The strange designs, often spanning about 6 feet across, were initially considered one of the ocean's greatest mysteries. But then came the surprising discovery. These underwater crop circles were actually created by a tiny, industrious artist, the male puffer fish. Measuring only 4 inches in length, this small fish constructs these large, mesmerizing patterns with a specific purpose in mind, to attract a mate. But how does such a small creature create such an artistic marvel? It all starts with the male using his fins to trace the sure, circular shape in the sand, adding ridges and lines with impressive precision. For the final touch, he decorates the center with bits of dead coral and seashells. But these underwater circles also serve a functional purpose. The shape directs oxygen-rich water into the center of the nest, creating the perfect conditions for egg development. If a female likes the male's creation, she lays her eggs, and the male then remains to guard them until they hatch. Number 6. Apollo moon rocket underwater. You all remember the story about the Apollo 11 mission. Did you know that recently a remarkable discovery was made on the ocean floor related to that historic event? Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, embarked on a private expedition to find the powerful rocket engines that helped propel Neil Armstrong and his crew to the moon in 1969. These massive F-1 engines, which powered the first stage of NASA's Saturn V rocket, were thought to be lost forever after they plunged into the Atlantic Ocean. The search itself took years of planning, with Bezos funding remotely operated vehicles that scoured a vast section of seafloor where the rockets were believed to have fallen. When the sonar images revealed enormous shapes buried beneath layers of sediment, the team knew they had struck history. The recovery operation was grueling, requiring specialized equipment to haul the twisted remains through miles of crushing pressure and icy darkness. Some pieces surfaced still bearing traces of their original serial numbers, directly linking them to the Apollo program. Standing on deck as the first engine fragment broke through the waves, Bezos described the moment as both humbling and surreal. For many on the crew, it was a chance to touch a physical relic of humanity's greatest leap into space. However, Jeff Bezos and his team used advanced sonar technology to locate the engines lying over 14,000 feet below the surface. The engines, corroded but still recognizable, were discovered in what Jeff called an underwater wonderland of twisted metal. Their recovery offers a glimpse into the violent and fiery end these technological marvels met as they fell back to Earth. The engines were designed to generate an astonishing 1.5 million pounds of thrust each, burning 6,000 pounds of fuel per second. Despite being submerged in salt water for more than 40 years, the recovery team believes these rugged engines can be restored and possibly displayed in places like the Smithsonian Museum. Number 5. Plastic. People were shocked when the entire internet buzzed with the news of what was found at the deepest point on Earth. During a record-breaking dive into the Mariana Trench, Texas investor and retired naval officer Victor Vescovo made an unsettling discovery at nearly 36,000 feet beneath the ocean's surface, where few humans have ventured. Victor found something disturbingly familiar: plastic rubbish lying on the ocean floor. The Mariana Trench, the deepest known part of the world's oceans, is often thought of as an untouched and pristine environment. The discovery rattled the scientific community, as it proved beyond doubt that no place on Earth is free from human impact. Many had imagined the trench as a dark, alien world filled only with strange creatures, yet it too now bears the scars of civilization. The plastic debris lay among sea cucumbers and amphipods, a surreal reminder that human waste has reached even the most extreme ecosystems. Environmentalists quickly pointed out that plastics can take hundreds of years to degrade, meaning this single piece of trash may outlast countless generations. Even more alarming, microplastics are likely circulating in deep ocean food webs, potentially altering life forms that humans have barely begun to study. Scientists emphasized that if pollution exists in the most remote depths, it is likely more widespread than previously believed. The Mariana discovery sparked urgent conversations about global waste management and the responsibility of nations to reduce plastic output. For Vescovo, the moment was bittersweet. While he had broken records by diving deeper than any human before, the sight of garbage at such a depth overshadowed the triumph. Yet, he admitted, it may serve as the strongest possible wake-up call to humanity. During Victor's dive, which went 52 feet deeper than any previous human descent, evidence of human pollution was discovered in one of the most remote corners of the planet. The man-made material found on the ocean floor is believed to be plastic, and scientists are working to confirm this. Plastic pollution has become a global issue, and now it's confirmed to have reached the deepest depths of the ocean. What once seemed like an unfathomable stretch of water, unreachable by humans, is now tainted by our waste. Number 4. 11,000-year-old fish trap. 11,000 years ago, ancient humans crafted a fish trap that has now been discovered on the ocean floor off the coast of Alaska. This remarkable find, a stone fish weir, was uncovered in Champaign Bay near Prince of Wales Island, revealing a glimpse into the distant past of human occupation in the region. The discovery, made by scientists from the Sealaska Heritage Institute and NOAA Ocean Exploration, is considered the oldest of its kind, pushing back the timeline of native presence in the area by more than 1,000 years. Encased in grime from centuries underwater, the weir remains intact despite its long history submerged on the ocean floor. Divers who first surveyed the site described how the interlocking stones still formed a channel-like pattern, as if waiting for the salmon runs that once filled it. Elders from nearby Tlingit communities were invited to view the images, and many expressed deep emotions, seeing in the stones a physical link to their ancestors' ingenuity. Some researchers speculated that the trap may have supported not only food gathering but also cultural practices tied to seasonal migration and ritual feasting. The sheer age of the structure suggests a level of societal organization and knowledge of tides that rivals other ancient engineering feats worldwide. Scientists were thrilled when AI technology used to explore ancient caves led them to the fish trap, adding to growing evidence of early human activity in the area. Dr. Montoni, part of the NOAA team, described the excitement aboard the vessel when the weir was confirmed, calling it a satisfying and exhilarating moment after years of research. But why is this particular fish trap so important? While humans have been fishing for far longer than 11,000 years, the location of this trap holds significant historical value. Its presence in Alaska suggests that humans settled the region earlier than previously thought, reshaping our understanding of native occupation in North America. This discovery not only extends the timeline of human settlement in the area, but also highlights the ingenuity of these early communities, who thrived by utilizing natural resources in such innovative ways. Number 3. Coffin fish. Footage of one of the ocean's strangest creatures, the coffin fish, has shocked the entire internet. Discovered by an ROV exploring the depths of the ocean, this unusual fish, also known as chaunax, is part of the anglerfish family. Normally seen perched on the seafloor, this individual gave researchers a rare up-close view as it swam into the water column, revealing its bloated, boxy form. As the cameras followed, viewers noted how it hovered awkwardly, almost as if suspended in slow motion, like a balloon caught in the tide. The sight was eerie, with its spiny body shimmering faintly under the artificial lights of the ROV, a reminder of how alien deep-sea life can appear. Scientists remarked that observing it mid-swim was almost like watching a creature designed for another planet, its movements oddly deliberate and hauntingly graceful. Some compared its inflated silhouette to a strange underwater relic, as though it were a living fossil drifting in timeless silence. Even veteran deep-sea researchers admitted they had never seen one behave this way in the water column, which made the footage all the more extraordinary. The coffin fish, found between 984 and 3,937 feet below the surface, is instantly recognizable by its orange or red body covered in small spines. But the most fascinating part, a tiny white, bioluminescent lure located between its eyes, is used to attract prey in the darkness of the deep sea. As an ambush predator, it waits motionless until unsuspecting fish and invertebrates swim too close. However, one of its most intriguing survival tricks is the ability to inflate its body by filling it with water, making it appear larger and more intimidating to predators, much like a puffer fish. This defense mechanism, combined with its slow movement and odd appearance, makes the coffin fish one of the ocean's most curious residents. With its reduced and modified pectoral fins, the fish is perfectly adapted to life on the seafloor, particularly near lava flows. Number 2. Deepest shipwreck. If you were shocked by the story of the world's oldest shipwreck, just wait until you hear about the deepest one. Explorers have recently discovered the USS Samuel B. Roberts, or Sammy B., resting on the ocean floor at an astonishing depth of 22,916 feet, nearly 4.3 miles below the surface. This World War II destroyer escort, which went down in the Battle of Samar in 1944, was located near the Philippines after an 8-day expedition led by adventurer Victor Vescovo. Despite the immense pressure and darkness of the deep, the Sammy B was found remarkably intact, a haunting reminder of the fierce naval battles of the past. The sheer depth of the wreck meant the team had to use advanced submersibles capable of withstanding crushing pressures that would flatten most vessels. As the cameras illuminated the remains, viewers were struck by the eerie stillness of the battlefield frozen in time, with twisted metal and silent guns telling a story words could not. Many historians noted that the ship's discovery brought new perspective to the incredible bravery of its crew, who fought knowing survival was nearly impossible. The Sammy B is famous for its heroic final stand against Japanese forces, firing until it completely exhausted its ammunition at point-blank range. The crew resorted to using smoke and illumination rounds, continuing their fight despite overwhelming odds. The ship eventually sank after a massive hit from enemy fire, its crumpled bow resting first on the ocean floor. Explorers were able to capture incredible imagery of the wreck, showing the hull, guns, and torpedo tubes still bearing the scars of battle. This discovery is not only significant in maritime history but also a tribute to the bravery and sacrifice of the men who fought aboard. Victor Vescovo, a former Navy reservist, remarked that steel doesn't lie, and the wreck of the Sammy B stands as a silent witness to the battle it fought. With 98% of the ocean floor less than 20,000 feet deep, finding a wreck this far down is a rare feat yet. There may still be other shipwrecks waiting to be discovered in even deeper waters. Number 1. Alien-looking creature. Speaking of shocking discoveries, a video of an alien-looking creature caught on camera 3,700 feet beneath the Indian Ocean has stunned the entire internet. The footage, taken by a remotely operated vehicle or ROV, near a drill well head off the coast of Africa, shows the mysterious creature drifting peacefully until it suddenly morphs into a completely different shape, seemingly in response to the ROV's thrusters. This bizarre transformation left viewers baffled, and the video quickly went viral, amassing over 5 million views. Social media users couldn't believe their eyes, with many commenting that the creature looked like something from another planet. Divers and deep-sea researchers noted that the creature's shifting form resembled defensive posturing, suggesting it was reacting to what it perceived as a threat. Some marine biologists compared its fluid transformation to a deep-sea ballet, with its body expanding and contracting in mesmerizing, almost hypnotic movements. Others remarked that its silhouette briefly resembled a human figure, sparking even more speculation that it was something extraterrestrial. Comparisons were also made to historical accounts of sea phantoms, written by sailors centuries ago, who described shapeless, glowing creatures rising from the abyss. As the debate raged online, frame-by-frame analyses of the video spread across Reddit and YouTube, each user offering their own theory of what the ROV had captured. Experts emphasized how little we truly know about life at such crushing depths, where extreme pressure and eternal darkness shape creatures in unimaginable ways. The sheer mystery of this find only heightened public fascination, pushing many to wonder if our oceans hide more secrets than the stars above. But what exactly was this creature? While some speculated it could be a sea squirt inking in defense, many pointed out that it was likely a deep-sea variant of a comb jelly, known for their shimmering, rainbow-like glow as they move. Comb jellies are fascinating predators that thrive in the deep ocean. This particular specimen, with its dark pigmentation, could be an even rarer type, camouflaged perfectly to survive in the depths. The video sparked endless curiosity, as many wondered what other alien-like species might be lurking in the unexplored depths of the ocean. Did you know that less than 5% of the ocean has been explored? That means most of it is still a complete mystery. What do you think could be hiding in those dark, unexplored depths? Creatures, shipwrecks, or something we can't even imagine yet? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing discoveries. Until next time.